Hey everybody, John with Freshwater Systems here. In our ongoing series of answering frequently asked questions, today we're talking about under-counter chillers and water heaters. What is a water chiller? Well, a water chiller is an electrical device typically that sits under your kitchen counter, and it's able to chill water and provide it through a special tap on your kitchen counter, already chilled water. It doesn't have to take up space in your refrigerator with a jar. You don't have to wait for that to get cold. Under-counter chiller provides chilled water at a specific tap. How does a water chiller work? Well, it uses sealed refrigeration just exactly like a water cooler. A water cooler has a reservoir, and it's able to chill water inside that reservoir. Well, an under-counter chiller typically doesn't have a big reservoir, but it's able to chill water, and this one is roughly 8 ounces of chilled water per hour. What are the different types of water chillers? Well, water chillers all work on the same principle using sealed refrigeration, just like your refrigerator, just like the water cooler. The difference in chillers might be the size or the amount of chilled water they can provide in a given period of time. Keep in mind, when you put a water chiller under the counter, you need to make sure it has plenty of ventilation, because sealed refrigeration creates heat. And that heat's going to come out of this unit. As you can see on the top of this one, it has a place for the fan. And it's going to heat up the underside of your kitchen cabinet. And when it does that, it's going to change the temperature of the ambient water feeding the water chiller. And if we don't have adequate ventilation from that cabinet, it'll actually heat up the water going into it, which in turn will heat up the water coming out of it, because it only has the capacity to chill the water so far. How do you install a water chiller? Well, you're going to put an adapter on your cold water line that serves your regular faucet, and you're going to feed the water chiller. It has an in and it has an out. And the out is going to be delivered to a special tap that you're going to install on the kitchen top. So one of the things you have to keep in mind with a water chiller, anytime we change temperature of water, it will expand or contract. And the installation of the chiller will require some extra tubing and a little check valve to give the water a place to go while it's changing its shape, basically expanding and contracting. So there's a little bit of a bypass. We call it an expansion kit that would be installed with your chiller. Other than that, it's straightforward. Water supply goes in and chilled water comes out. How do you maintain a water chiller? Well, there's not much to it. It really is turn it on and run it. If you're feeding chlorinated city water through it, there's really not much that's going to affect anything inside. It has a lifespan. It's got a warranty. They may only last you maybe 10 years, so before fittings, internal fittings might start to crack and fail. But as far as ongoing maintenance, not a lot to do with them. What is an instant hot water dispenser? Well, it's on the other side of our chilled spectrum. Now we want to heat water up, and people love to be able to get a cup of hot water to make tea with, or to make instant soups of that nature. And this little instant hot tank allows us to have hot water at our special tap up on top when we want it. How does an instant hot water dispenser work? It works just like your water heater, your electric water heater. Inside there is a tank, and inside the tank is a heating element. And that heating element is thermostatically controlled, so it'll maintain the water temperature based upon how you set your thermostat. You don't want to set it high enough to where it'll boil, but you want to set it to where it's hot enough to give you the kind of water you want for mixing with tea or mixes and so forth. How do you install a hot water dispenser? Well, installing the hot water dispenser is similar to any other appliance that you're going to hook up, in that we're going to connect to the cold water supply that feeds your regular faucet. And we're going to put an adapter in that. and we're going to run that water directly to the faucet. Now, if we want to put a filter on the system, that's where we would put it, between the cold water supply and the faucet. The water runs directly to the faucet. The reason it does that is this is a hot water vessel, and it's going to create steam, which in turn can create pressure. So these units use an open vent faucet. And what that means is the hot water line that comes from this tank through the faucet, it's just tubing all the way to the end of this tap gooseneck. There's no valve on that. That allows the pressure that builds inside the hot tank to just vent through the faucet. So what happens when you open the faucet to get hot water, water is diverted into the hot tank, and that water pushes the hot water out through the faucet. So sometimes there might be a little delay in having that water come out. But the beauty of the open vent faucet is we never build pressure in the hot tank under your sink, which could be a nasty failure if too much pressure were to build up. What is the best hot water dispenser? Well, I think it has a lot to do with ease of installation and ease of use. And an open vent style hot tank like this is really makes it easy. You don't have to worry about expanding pressures. You don't have to worry about complicated installations. It's really straightforward. It works really well. So an open vent style faucet like our Quicken Hot, and in my opinion, is the best hot tank to get. Are Instant Hot taps energy efficient? Well, they're going to use energy. There's a heating element inside, and it's going to have to draw energy to heat the water. The good news is that this is thermostatically controlled. So it's only maintaining a temperature, it's not constantly heating, much like your water heater at home. It's going to send energy in when it needs to raise the temperature a little bit to keep up with your setting, your thermostatic setting. Well, that's all I've got. Be sure and like the video, subscribe to our channel, and check us out on our website, www.freshwatersystems.com.